Hello chess friends, welcome to my channel. And this is the position where world #1 chess player Magnus Carlsen from Norway, as always his usual style, started to grind his opponent Vladimir Fedoseev from Russia. And after that bound to resign him from a dead draw position in under 39 minutes. Because some of chess endgames contain some little tricks based upon chess theme, it will make the draw in future. This position also no exception, but find it over the board is very much difficult. You will see it later. But nevertheless, Fedoseev makes some serious blunder which will cost him the game. So it makes sense that surely Fedoseev cracks under the pressure. Also he is on down on time. So draw is not a draw unless until the both players are going to shake their hands. So take a look at the position. So friends, you can see this position is just as after the queen exchange. Let's go back. You can see here white offers his queens to e3 and black takes, and after king takes e3 and king e7, and this is the initial position where we're going to analyze it. So you can see white spawn on h2, h3, g2, f3 are on the all light square, and black has a good bishop, and also white has double pawn, so and black has a good pawn structure on the king side. So you can see white is a little bit down from the black side, and black has slight pull because of his active bishop. So the game continued. Knight c2, king e6, knight e1, bishop c4, f4, and white want to neutralize all the pawn and liquidation. If liquidation is happening, then the draw is bettable. So king f5, f takes z5, f takes z5, knight f3, bishop d5, knight d4 check, king f6, knight f3, bishop b7, king f2. White want to play g3 to liquid more pawns, king f5 and g3 final played. After take, bishop c. We can see white although has a double pawn, but black cannot penetrate immediately because of the g5 pawn is really weak. It can intake with the knight in time. So knight d2 makes sure black cannot penetrate the king to e4, d3, c2 like that. So bishop b7, knight f3, bishop d5. Also draw is in hand after the takes. So knight f3, bishop d5, knight d2, bishop f7, knight f3, bishop d8, knight d2, repeating the position, bishop f7, knight f3, bishop h5, and knight d4 check, king e5, again knight f3, king d5, and Fedoseev now played knight takes z5. Instead of knight takes z5, Fedoseev can play also b3, make sure the king cannot go to the c2 square. So, and you can see the g5 pawn is not going anywhere, so he can take anytime if he wants. So suppose black plus bishop g6, and now white can take with knight takes z5. After king d4, knight e6 check, king c3, knight c5, king takes b4, knight s6, king takes, then you can see the dead draw position where both has the fast pawn and can be taken with this. So this is a very draw. So let's go back. So Fedoseev may play b3 if he wants, but instead he play knight takes z5. Okay, it's also a draw. After king c4, knight e4. So the knight has no longer value on the g5 square, so you get back to the e4 square where the game was played. King f4, a5, knight goes to d2, preventing to play king b3, because instead of a5, if we immediately play king b3, then knight c5 is followed. So for that, he just play a5, and after knight d2, a4, and king e4. King e4 actually and not a very good move, and after that it's a very hard to see a draw line after king e4. So better to be to king e3. Let me show you. After king e3, king c5, knight e4 check, king c4, knight d6 check, king b4, king d2, and you can see this is a draw position. King goes to c1, and this is a draw. So let's go back. So a4, after king e3, king c5, knight e4 check, king c4 and draw. So after a4, Fedoseev plays king e4, and after king c5, Fedoseev play king e3. It's also a draw, but it's a little bit very difficult to find out the move. That immediate draw also king d3. It's also a draw, because after bishop d6 check, king e3, you should not play king c3 because in view of king c3, in view of b4 immediately check. You can see the nice checkmate. Okay, let's go back. After bishop d6 check, king e3, and after b4, and here is a very beautiful trick, and that is knight b3 check, and the game ended in a draw like 8x b3, king d2, after king d4, king c1, and this is a draw, unbelievable draw, because anytime black plays king e3, and king e2, and white is unable to move his king, so it's a fortress. You can say it's stalemate situation. So it's just white play that to give the pawn at any time and just make the draw. So this is a beautiful idea to play knight b3. So anyway, it's a very hard to difficult to find over the board. So let's go back. So anyway, Fedoseev played king e3. It's also draw, but it's a little difficult because in view of b4, Carlsen played after knight e4 check, king d5, knight d2, and bishop g6, and he plays the move king e2. It's a blunder move. After instantly lost after a3. So instead of knight d2, bishop d6, instead of play king e2, white can play knight b3. Again, that's the trick. In view of after it takes b3, you can see the line king d2, and after king d4, king c1. It's a fortress, and also stalemate situation if after king arrows on e2, and if no longer pawn on h5. So if what happened if he not take the knight or play king c4? After king c4, knight a5 check, king b5, again knight b3, and now only a3, but it's a draw because after take king d2, let's say king b4, knight c1, bishop d, b1, and simple h4, give the pawn anyway, and knight a2, king b3, knight c1, king b2, knight d3, and knight e4, knight d3, knight c1, and you can see draw. So let's go back. Okay, here, and here. So anyway, after knight e4, king d4, knight to bishop d6, and Fedoseev last message was king e2, a3, pawn takes a3, king d1, and the rest is simple. After knight e1, king c3, king c1, and just hold for a sec. And after the h1, knight e1, and the Fedoseev last trick was knight c2. Make sure if he Carlsen play bishop c2 and is stalemate. So this was last trick, but anyway after knight c2, simply step back the king with king d3, and it's draw because after it's win. Sorry, knight a1 check the only move, and king d3. Because if king moves anywhere, then king d2 will win immediately. If knight c2, and then so you can see a very fantastic game. Anyway, let me show you another fantastic line, and that is after king e4. As you can see, after king c5, king d3, bishop g6 check, and king e2, and after b4, king d1, a3, And here white has a fantastic move, and that is instead of taking on a3, white will play king c1, and after a2, knight b3 check, king c4, and knight 1. Unbelievably, this is a draw position because of a fortress, and white will play next knight c2, or even knight b3, or even king d2 if he wants, and then again get back the knight to a1. Let me show you example. If you play king d3, let's play black play bishop f5. I can push the pawn after bishop g6. I can give the pawn anytime and again get the knight back on a1. And this f4 you can start with king c5. I can play king d2 and king d4, king c1, bishop f3, king d2, king c4, king c1, king d2, bishop f5, king c1. If whenever black plays b3 immediately, I can simply play king d2 again king c1, and after king e3, you can see knight takes b3 in my hand. So after king d4, I can play knight b3, or even I can play king c1. If you bishop c2 if you want, then I can play king e3, and after king e4, king c1, and king e3, you can see I can no longer play king d2 or even knight takes c2 because of the a pawn. But here's the tricks: knight takes b3, a very fantastic move. After bishop takes b3, you can see the stalemate. So you can see there's so much trick in the endgame, but it's very much difficult to find over the board. Anyway, there is so many moves which can draw the game, but in the game, Fedoseev chose the very bad one and loses on the spot. Let's try again. And after king e3 before knight e4, knight d2, bishop g6, and play the blunder last move, king e2, and this lose the game immediately. The last try was knight b3. Make sure the knight can go to a1 at time, because attack b3 makes the fortress. You see it earlier. So last move is king e2, and after a3, the rest is simple. Just I go the quick view, and you can see on the last trick of knight c2, make sure that, and king b3, try side, and after king e3 is lost. So this is Magnus Carlsen style, as you can see, where he preferred to play an endgame where other players already shake their hands and make a quick draw. But Magnus' ability is to pull out something from a dead equal position, where the other players, even strong players, are afraid to go there. So that's it for today, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. Then hit the like button and do subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.